Hello all, Zox here. We are going to join the League of Explorers. Are you ready? X marks the spot, right?
Good timing, adventurer. Welcome to the Hall of Explorers. We've got a lead on the 3 pieces of the Staff of Origination. Can you help us recover them?
Staff of Origination. Okay. Scattered across ancient sites of Azeroth are the pieces of powerful Titan artifacts. The Staff of Origination. Join the League of Explorers to acquire it for the museum and earn 45 cards from this adventure.
The first piece of the staff lies in the ancient Temple of Orsis. Reno's inside already, and he needs your help.
Reno needs our help. Are you all ready to help Reno?
Reno's nearly to the rod, but he just had to rub the shiny lamp he found.
Okay, all. For the sake of your entertainment, I've sped it up and left some of the game sound on so you can hear it. And you can hear me talk like a little chipmunk and hear me or see me play with all the little toys because, you know, it's new and I've got to touch everything and click everything. You know how it is, right? So, the deck I chose, I put the list up right there. I didn't make anything specific for this encounter. I didn't know what to expect. I just used the druid deck that I was using and playing around with. So nothing really special. I didn't create a special deck. It's just normal. So generally I figured, you know, be able to 1 or 2 shot everything once you understand the concept of the fight. So here I made a mistake, and you'll see why in a minute, because I chose that and it gives, all I saw was the +3/+3, right? So I was like, yeah, that's good. Give minion 3, but it has to be a beast, right? I don't think I have any beasts in this deck. So I was like, that was a bad choice. But, so he gives you these spells, and you are going to get them every turn, and they cost 0 mana. So basically, they just take up space, and they cause you to be milled. So keep that in mind when you choose to create a deck for it. This deck just happened to work out very first try. I did it. As you'll see, wasn't perfect, you know, but I figured, well, I'm gonna go ahead and play this one anyway because it's a decent board presence. It's a 4/4, you know, and here I opted to go with Deathwing, even though the Auctioneer might be a better choice with all the other cards, all the other, you know, 0 cost cards that I'll be able to play, but he could get quite large. But then the Dwarf is definitely a good pick there, you know, an extra 2 damage. So, with that in mind, we continue on in our first mission, and we say, okay, let's go ahead and buff this one up. And I say, no, we're going to be mana efficient. And then I say, wait, let's do it this way. And we'll just take it. Alright? So we get a taunt, because we don't know what's coming our way. The pit snake is a pain in the ass. I always hate when you see that, because you've got a nice big minion that's all buffed up, right? And what happens? It's gone, no matter what it is. Shield, anything like that. No matter how big it is, that little guy takes it out, right? So here I'm like, well, I guess more cards would be better. Instead of turning my stuff into poison seeds, I could have good cards on there, so I opted for that. And then he does another torch there, and another damn pit snake, and I'm like, alright, you bastard. And he milled my Emperor Thorsine, as you saw just there. I didn't get it, because I have so many cards in my hand, right? So I'm like, oh, Aviana, that looks good. You know, I'll take Aviana. So if we get that far, you know, turn 9, all my minions will cost 1, and I'll be able to put, you know, a bunch of shit out there, right? So I chose it. Whatever. He's almost dead anyway. He's only got 9 health. I got 24, so it's looking really good. So here I'm like, okay, yeah, swipe is good. Definitely good. So. Okay, so.
Onward! The rod lies just down that hall.
Scarab. Okay.
We've made it to the temple's vault. You handle the guard. I'll take care of the rest.
So. Face Hunter.
Versus Sun Raider Barracks!
Sun is mine.
So once again, I've sped the process up and I'm narrating as we go along. This is just basic, your basic, ordinary, everyday, like, old school Leroy Face Hunter build. So nothing new in it from the new expansion or anything like that. So the Staff of Origination has 5, and you need to kill it every time. It doesn't do any damage, so every time you kill it, it becomes yours. You become immune. So it's kind of fun. So this worked out really well for me in the card choices that I chose. As you see, I got the staff right away and maintained 30 health. So being able to go face all the time and having 2 owls in the deck, basically, I mean, it's Face Hunter. Yes, you've got to think about it. Some people think Face Hunter is really simple, really easy, but it's really not. I mean, there is some thought process involved in it, you know, when to use what, but pretty much, yeah, go face. So if there's a huge threat, you've got to deal with it. You've got to take it out. That's the only thing in successfully getting a... So now we've got this trap up already. So if he attacks us, I don't really want this to die, so I go face anyway, because I'm figuring he's going to cast some type of spell and blow everything up, with my luck, right? And lo and behold, he does, right? So yeah, wipes my board just about. So, but the staff is close, so I figure, well, I need to kill that, and I've got 5 mana. So what do you do when you have a knife juggler and unleash the hounds? Okay, so you quick shot that, right? So that does 5 damage. The one in the middle does 5 damage. So let's see what kind of damage these guys will do. Okay, so I took the staff, he got the 5 damage, and so it worked out good. So we silence this guy so he doesn't summon anything else, and it ends up killing him anyway. So, yeah. Well played. Not too difficult there. I mean, it's a Face Hunter, right? It's quick. It's quick. It's fast. It's painless. And you still got 30 health. Boom.
Avenge me! I've got the rod. If only Harrison can see me now. Is the ground supposed to shake that much?
Alright then. So, we are up to the last adventure for this week.
We've got the first piece! Now we gotta get out of here before we get squished.
Encounter new obstacles. Alright. The temple is collapsing. Run! Okay, so I'm not sure what to expect here, so... Let's do this OTK lock. We'll try that. Has a lot of removal.
Gul'dan versus the collapsing temple.
Okay, so we've sped this up again, and basically this is the old style, like from many seasons ago, OTK, one turn kill Warlock. The reason I went with this one is because it has lots of removal and lots of healing. So basically what you need to do to escape out of there is just survive through 10 turns, 10 rounds. Based off of what he's got is really all you've got to do. Which is nice because he lays that first, so there's a nice little heal for you. But basically, I will show the deck list at the end of this, if you care to try it or use it. But this is really good because that minion will heal, and if I power overwhelm it, I can heal for 6, right? Or 5, I'm sorry, because the power overwhelming gives it 5 or 4 health also. So, but so basically it turned out good. This is my first attempt at the last boss, and here I'm thinking, alright, we need to be able to get past all 8 rounds in order to escape. So we have to live. We need to keep health. So I'm glad I have Alastroza in the deck. Alright, and I've got a heal bot. Alright, so my card, I got good card draw. Okay, will this deck work every time? I don't know. But, so we've got some removal here. We've got 5 heals if we heal that. So here I'm thinking, well, I've got 5 mana. What could I do to get rid of that? So I'm like, I got 2 Hellfires in my hand. So we're going to heal myself back up for 5. Alright, and then I count up and calculate, alright, if I use a power overwhelming, then it's not gonna be too bad. He's only gonna have 1 health, and that will give me the ability to use another Hellfire later to clear the board on the next round, right? So that's why I opted for that. Now here, torch it or touch it, restore 10 health to your hero, or draw 2 cards. I don't really, believe that I need 10 health right now because I'm at 30, right? So give me 2 cards, please. And so now I'm like, fuck. Them son of a bitches do 10 damage. That's bullshit, right? So I'm like, alright, well, let's get it down as low as we can. Because it's going to hit me for 10. So we're down to 17 health, and we've got 5 turns left. We still got to survive. So obviously the only thing I can play is that. And then I'm like, alright, 5 damage, 23 health. Let's make everything cheap, right? So gonna do as much damage to that as possible in case he has something that will buff it or taunt it up or something like that, right? We want to get rid of that when we can. So now I'm like, oh good, faceless. So I went ahead and opted to not take the 7 damage off of that. So I'm like, no way, fuck it. I don't want to deal with another 7/7 War Golem to lose 1 turn, or do I? Right? I decide, no way. So 9 mana. I can use Alastroza, but I decide, let's see what card I get here. Does anything need to be silenced? Not really. But I'm like, alright, we need to silence that minion because it's going to put a taunt up, right? So what I do is faceless it, then silence his, and I kill my Emperor because I have a taunt, right? So 2 rounds, 14 health, Alistraza in hand. I should be good, right? He can only do 7 damage to me. I can take that out. I can lay a taunt down. I can, you know, heal for 15, but that would be silly. But then I'll be able to do 8 damage. So I'm trying to calculate all the things up right here and say, all right, what is it that I want to do? So I say, well, we're going to get rid of that. All right. And then I don't want to lay that because it'll just do, it could possibly do damage to my own, right? So I don't want to lay a fell cannon because it's not a mech. So now I have 2 implosions. These fuckers got 10 damage apiece. So we got to survive this, all right? Otherwise we lose, right? So I'm like, all right. So they've only got 3 health. And if my RNG is with me, I should be good, right? So let's test my RNG, right? And look what happens. So, boom. And the rest, you can see.
Almost there. I can see the sun. I never thought I'd be happy to see this desert. Desert. Oh, I think I need water.
When your opponent has at least 3 minions and plays another, destroy it. So not too bad, we one-shot that crap, you know what I mean? So, Warrior and Warlock. Class challenge. Warrior. What do we get? Obsidian Destroyer. At the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 Scarab with Taunt. So, run you through this real quick. The sound is on, so you can hear a little bit of background sound and chipmunk sounding, you know. But, anyway, generally, these are not too difficult, but you keep getting wishes, you know. It's the same as the fight you do in the normal. It's just a different group of cards that you get. So, I have all these cards to buff all my taunt minions, but yet, as you see when this game continues, it doesn't, I don't know, it's not very favorable at first, you know? So, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get milled again. So, we don't know what's in my deck. So, we just got to make use with, you know, the best that you've got. So, I should have done that first. That was a first error. Otherwise, I would have been able to get, you know, 1 more damage in. But, so, I'm like, well, I don't want to use a Cursed Blade. And I don't have another one. Had I had that before, I would have used it, got rid of it, so I could get it milled, right? So now I've got a taunt vehicle, and I'm like, okay, Brawl looks like a good winner. You know, here we are on turn 4. He could lay some really messed up stuff, so I'm like, well, we'll go ahead and go with Brawl. Because he's going to kill that taunt right there, and we don't know what he's going to lay next time. So, and he forgotten torches it, right? So it's a good thing that I've got Brawl, because otherwise I'd take 6, 3, and 1 and 1, right? So 11 damage would not be good with me at 20 health, right? So this plays out relatively quick, not very difficult. Just basically look at your cards, read your cards, see what it is they do, and, you know, make your choices from there. So here we've got to taunt up stuff, so I get a good drop there. A couple low-level taunts, taunt them up, buff them up with those bolsters. I take the shield slam for the extra armor. And here I'm thinking, well, I don't know what's going to happen. But he'll probably cast some spells, so I'll take the little trog. I'm down to 8 health. It's not looking good. So we gotta get rid of that minion. And he'll cast another spell. We'll buff up our taunt minion. And, well, we're gonna go with extra armor. So he does indeed cast a spell. So here I'm like, alright, well, I'm going to be in trouble. So I need another taunt. So I'm like, alright, whirlwind. We'll save that whirlwind for the other card next to it to the left, right? So we can get a bunch of extra armor. So he does cast a spell, but he kills it. So it's not looking that great for me right now, but as far as health goes, I got a little bit of armor, so I'm like, alright, we'll put this guy up. We'll whirlwind. I go from 5 armor. And he's got 12 health. I've got 6 damage plus the weapon. So it's not enough to kill him, but we'll clear the board at least. And now there's no question. We've definitely got this in the bag, right? So.
Hey! Down in front! Hey! Down in front! Watch this. Watch this.
So here I want to do a little bit of, BM and kind of see what all these little cards are going to give me, just some choices so you guys can see, what other options you're going to get when you get your card choices when you use these little spells and stuff like that. So I lay a couple, pop some spells, you guys can see what's going on. So we got 2 little treats there. So here's the spell cards, and Commanding Shout looks good. I'll just pick whatever. And then we'll see the minion cards, minion card choices before we kill them. So, but just to give you an idea of what card selection you may get when you get these cards, give you an idea of how to, expect what to expect. Warlock challenge in one shot. So
Gul'dan versus Sunraider Barracks!
The rod of the sun is mine. Your soul shall be mine.
So the rod we need to do 5 damage to gain immunity really quickly. On turn 1 I can lay that, on turn 2 I can lay that. Oh, Dark Peddler, I like that. We're going to get rid of that one for now. So, we're going to speed this up as well, so you guys can see what happens here. So I choose to go with this first, and then put a taunt, because based on what he does... but we just need to make sure that we are able to keep the wand in our hand, or the rod, so that we become immune and he's not, and we can start beating him up, right? So we're not sure what kind of cards we're going to get. Obviously, it's good we got demon cards and stuff, so I'm like, okay, corruption is good. Because, yeah, automatically next turn I could, cast that on that and I automatically get it, right? So... immunity is very nice. So what's really nice is you can life tap every time for free. So your card draw, quite an advantage when you have the rod there. And so it was a very fun challenge. None of it has been very difficult. Obviously, you see, I've been able to one-shot every single one with really no planning or no preparation for any of the. You know, I just used decks that I had randomly. I didn't do any research to determine what types of, you know, how everything was going to play out. I just used decks that I had. You know, for normal, that's fine. Heroic, on the other hand, might be a bit more tricky, right? So we don't know what that has to offer, but we want to see what this spell is. So we need that to die immediately, right? So I might as well Soulfire so he doesn't take it and I'm able to kill him next turn. So I'll lose a card. You know, Corruption would be silly because he gets another turn and he'll hit it for 5, he'll kill it, and he'll steal it, right? And then I won't be able to kill him. And who knows what he's going to lay next. So we got to get rid of that card no matter what. So we opted for that, and we'll taunt this one up, right? And the bastard took it back and healed himself up, right? So I'm like, alright, we'll put Corruption on it. So next turn on my turn, we'll go ahead and hit it for 1. Next turn on my turn, we'll go ahead and see that, you know, it comes back to me. And we'll put our 6 mana cost out so we can get it, so our cards from our tapping cost 0. So here we look, and we say, okay, this is good. You know, he's taken 2 damage from the cursed card that we gave him every turn for the last, I think it's been like 6 turns. So that's some additional damage he's taken that he can't get rid of. So this is where it gets good. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and let it play out in normal speed. So you can hear everything I'm saying, everything I'm doing as I'm doing it. So the 8 health, so it'll still be able to take it. So that won't help. But that cursed card keeps doing 2 damage to him.
My shield for Argus!
Really? Really, you're gonna go there? Well, he's gonna take 2 damage next turn, right? Because he still has that fucking cursed card in his hand. So...
Release.
have it, right? With 27 health left. Not too bad, right? Dark Peddler. Okay, so we're back again, and show you League of Explorers. The first thing that we do is we're going to check out all our cards, right? See what we got. So for week 1, if you're curious, we got, you can see the Explorer's Hat, Forgotten Torch, Sacred Trial for the Paladin, Shaman, Rumbling Elemental, the Warlock Challenge, The Warrior Challenge. And 6 new cards. Until next time. Thanks for watching. And Zox.